My name is Randell Locquiao, and I did my project on Korea's white porcelain moon jars. Korean moon jar is the elegant form of this 350-year-old unadorned Korean moon jar continues to fascinate artists and art lovers alike. The approximate time period is 1650 to 1750 during the Joseon dynasty on 1392 to 1910. The moon jar is proclaimed as a porcelain with clear glaze. I chose this topic because simplistic art intrigues me due to how much a simple piece of artwork shares a deeper meaning on how this artwork came about. Also, I came across this jar from a Korean friend who told me a little history of the moon jar. It was a perfect timing with this project, which I was able to learn more about moon jars and how it shares an expression of the Asian art, Pacific art. Since I couldn't visit an actual museum, I was able to find all this information from the Asian Art Museum of San Francisco. On the website, I was able to gather information that the museum was showcasing as part of their collection. In this case, the moon jar caught my attention. Asian Pacific art is important in today's society because it promotes a cultural representation, community empowerment, cross-culturing understanding, and historic context, as well as the innovation of artistic. It contributes to a more inclusive, diverse, and enriched cultural landscape in the United States. Moreover, Asian Pacific art provides a platform for the diversity, history, and experiences of Asian and Pacific Islander communities in the United States. This allows for the celebration of visibility of these cultures which have a long been underrepresented and or stereotyped in mainstream media or art. In addition, Asian Pacific art serves as a tool for empowerment. It enables artists to reclaim their narratives, challenges the stereotypes, and expresses their unique perspective and experiences. Through their art, artists can explore issues of identity, belonging, social justice, and cultural heritage. As a result, Asian Pacific art has the power to connect different cultures and cultural understanding. This shows that individuals from diverse backgrounds to engage with an appropriate of artistic traditions and expressions of the Asian Pacific Islander community. What are moon jars and why is it called moon jars? Moon jars is during the late 17th century up until the 19th century, moon jars were produced fewer than 200 years. During the Joseon dynasty in 1392 to 1910, they found favor among scholars and collectors. Moon jars embodied the aesthetic of simplicity and elegance by Confucianism, which was the state of ideology. Furthermore, the specific functions of the moon jars have not been identified, but they were used to store liquids or grains. Other use this object for aesthetic appreciation or flower vases. Moon jars from the Joseon dynasty are indeed rare and highly valued as important cultural artifacts. Due to the limited number of extant works, estimated to be around 30, they hold a great significance in representing Korean aesthetic and craftsmanship. These jars are sought after by the museums and collectors worldwide, and their presence in museum collection adds to their prestige and cultural importances. Because of the construction method, no two moon jars are exactly alike or perfectly spherical. Each jar has its own individual and imperfections, making it fascinating objects for artists or collectors. The variations in shape, size, and color among moon jars are add their allure and have inspired many contemporary artists. A prominent 20th century Korean artist, connoisseur, and collector named Won Ki Kim discovered the essence of Korean aesthetics in a white porcelain work, which he called the art moon jar. Kim noted in his poem, Moon jar shares the same shape and white color, but each jar has its own undecorated surface and white color of moon jars, which draws aesthetic inspiration. What is the connection to this class? Although we briefly talked about Korean art and more so about the musical storytelling such as Pansori, Geigyeom, and Samulnori, I decided to talk about a piece of artwork called Moonjar because I wanted to explore art in another form. Art is profound by a different aspect and appreciated in many ways. However, I wanted to explore the connection with Korean inspiration through the art that which is why I chose to do it on Moonjars. This project taught me to research art, especially if it's something new and understands the history, so I am able to share interesting information to someone who may be curious to know what the art is from. Also, I've learned to appreciate art from not just what I am comfortable knowing, but art from around the world. And in this case, I was able to learn more about moonjars from Korea, and I plan to research about more art from other neighboring countries in the Asian Pacific region. My interpretation of art is something that has an expression where I'm able to express how I feel about a certain object or picture. Art comes in many shapes, textures, form, color, and I feel that we all express art in different ways. Art has no boundaries, and that is something that is interesting to be able to perceive. The one takeaway about the importance of Asian Pacific art in the United States today is that it's important that it provides a platform for cultural representation, again, the cultural community empowerment and the cross-cultural understanding. This shows that diverse artistic expressions, the perspectives and experiences of Asian and Pacific Island communities changes from challenges, stereotypes, dialogues to promote a more inclusive to society. It contributes to a richer cultural appreciation, which celebrates diversity and amplifies the voices of Asian Pacific communities. I've learned to appreciate Asian Pacific artwork today because it represents the countless art that many artists work hard to share art on a platform of representation. I feel that is one takeaway I've learned and I appreciate to have learned in this research project. These are my citations, and thank you for listening to my presentation.